So I am confusion. Um, I'm confused as to why people are upset, as to why we have a problem with Cardi B winning the best rap album of the year. Um, Now when it comes to rap albums competition, I mean there was Travis Scott's album, there was Cardi B albums, and a few other albums. Now I would say competition really not that steep. Like to be honest, this year the category was kind of lagging. I mean, depending on who you were a fan of course. Not to knock any other artist, but I don't understand why y'all don't understand why we are upset. And then people are like, "Oh, she earned it. She deserved it. She worked hard." Exactly what did she work hard for? Not taking away from her going to performances and showing up to the studio pregnant and that kind of thing, but she does not write or produce her own lyrics. She does not, produce beats. She does not, or the artistic talent is just not there. Sorry, not sorry. I said what I said. It's just not there. So I don't understand exactly what. I mean, you could say she worked hard in recording the songs, I guess, but doesn't everybody? There's a difference between actually sitting, in the studio or sitting in your room and, fully planning out an album and writing songs and track lists and, practicing different flows. Like all she does is get into the booth and regurgitate and recite what somebody else has already written. Somebody's already written for her. Like that's not artistic, you know. That's not artistic greatness, as Zia Banks would say. Remember when the Zia Banks was talking about how but of course we all know the Grammys are supposed to be a marker of artistic talent. So if that's the case, then why are we nominating mediocrity and why is mediocrity winning? Like for example, last year SZA did not win any Grammy. She was nominated for five, did not win not one. Her album was groundbreaking. It was talked about, people listen to the singles, people love The Weeknd, they love Supermodel, they love Love Galore. Like, yeah, her album did great, yet until you didn't feel she deserved a Grammy for Control. That's interesting, but Cardi B gets a Grammy for Invasion of Privacy. And then, come to speak of it, Nicki Minaj didn't even get like a nomination or a nod, for Queen, which I definitely believe Chun Li should have been nominated for Best Rap Song of the Year, things like that. So I just don't get that. It's weird to think, like for example, they have J Lo. She did the Motown tribute, and it's like in the middle of Black History Month. In the middle of Black History Month, you have J Lo doing the Motown tribute, and people are okay with this. They would not like Beyonce could not headline, or do a tribute to the country, some of the most famous country artists. They would not pick, who's anybody. They would not pick a Meek Mill to, do one of their, another culture's tribute. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like why is J Lo doing a Motown tribute when you have Motown artists who are still alive? You have, young, fresh black talent like Normani. You have Jasmine Sullivan. And shit, Erica Badu, Lauren. Like you have all this great talent out here, but the the first person they thought of was Jennifer Lopez in the midst of Black History Month, and then Cardi B wins Best Rap Album of the Year. I like it just makes you scratch your head because you kind of realize that we got hijacked as a culture, we got hijacked as a hip hop movement. Like, putting aside, Cardi B's, Grammy win, hip hop has been losing its core values and just its, the realness of it for years now. And, now it's just becoming more apparent. I think more people are starting to wake up to it, even though it's kind of too late. But, it's been hijacked. The movement has been definitely hijacked. When you have Cardi B winning Best Rap Album of the Year, you still have legendary hip hop artists who have never won a Grammy. That's a problem. And people can scream up all night and day that we're haters and we're this and we're that. No, we're not haters. We're starting to see, firsthand. Well, not me, but a lot of people are starting to see firsthand what's actually happening to hip hop culture and what's actually happening to black artists. We're being culturally smudged out, you know, and they're trying to make, the face of hip hop look like something else. So, like, can you even name like any real hip hop artists today besides Kendrick and J. Cole? Like, who really is, really, representing and, putting out that real music for the culture? Like, who's actually doing that? Like, people love using that term, which annoys me now, for the culture. What exactly is for the culture, and what are we doing for the culture? Because all I'm seeing is a sort of a whitewash and also a sort of a foreign or minority takeover, if you will, because they're not black people, but they are minorities, but they aren't descendants of American chattel slavery. They're not DOACS. So Again, you see less and less of us. Like I think, if you look at like the list of the top rappers, most of them are white or biracial. And I'm not saying that people can't do and enjoy and participate in the type of music that they want to, but it becomes a problem when you have less and less and less actual black artists profiting off of our own culture. And then now the culture is just being rewritten. Like it's crazy. But going back to Cardi B, I don't understand how y'all don't understand how real hip hop fans are upset that would even happen. Like that's a problem. Nicki Minaj doesn't have any Grammys. Any. You cannot tell me that she doesn't have certain songs that were definitely Grammy worthy or Grammy material. You cannot tell me that. She writes her own rhymes. She works hard. Cardi B does not. That's a problem. And we can clearly see that it's just another carbon copy. And of course we can go back to the whole Nicki Minaj is influenced by Little Kim, blah blah blah. Okay, black influence on black influence, but what is this? Well, what is this? What are we? Why are we propping up Cardi B? Like what? People are acting like she spit some phenomenal bars, like she dropped the Illmatic of our time, or she dropped the Blueprint of our time, or she dropped like what? People are acting like she's the greatest thing since Boogie Down Productions. Like how is Invasion of Privacy Grammy material? We've had a lot of great rap albums over the years who have not even won a Grammy. Like I don't even listen to Jay-Z, and I don't follow his music or anything like that, but from a lot of point of views, 444 was a great rap album, or hip hop album, and it did not, it didn't win anything. So, again, how is it that we have legends putting out great bodies of work, especially somebody like Jay Z who has, grown, especially within his art, especially by dropping a 444 and using that Nina Simone influence, that was great. So, where was his Grammy for that? Where was his Grammy for, just basically growing as an artist? Like, where's the appreciation for black talent and black music? It's not there anymore. It's going to minorities and, and people of color, but not the DOACS. Like, we're being washed out of our own culture. And then you have our own, even, they're okay with this and they're not really seeing. I don't know if y'all really seeing the ramifications of what's going on. Like Cardi B winning a Grammy is now going to set a tone in the stage for more mediocrity to come to be awarded and nominated. And before then, at this point, talent is not really looking like it matters at this point. But just imagine now, what the hip hop industry is going to look like within the next 2 to 3 years. More and more talentless hacks with ghostwriters and people who don't even care about the craft, who don't care about the movement, are going to come and they're just going to keep fucking up the culture with their poison. Like nobody is supporting real music anymore, and that's a problem. That's a problem. I just don't understand how, like, even with Travis Scott has a lot of fans. I didn't listen to his album, but a lot of people were saying that was a good rap album. Like I just don't understand how Invasion of Privacy could be considered the best rap album of the year. By whom? To whom standard? To whom? Like fuck the streams and all that. Like yeah, okay, it might have did numbers, it streamed. Okay, that's nice, but that doesn't mean that the album itself was Grammy material. Like when somebody drops, some real, different shit or some experimental shit with, some heavy hip hop lyrics, people, they avoid it, they ignore it, but y'all go for this mediocrity. Like as much as people hate and don't like Zig things, that's, besides the point. But look at her songs, look at her music, look at the unacknowledgement that she is getting, and then they just come up with these carbon copies of, I don't want to say lower tier, but I guess you could say non-mainstream black artists, and their talent is being swept and they're creating these factory versions of our talent and putting it out there and they're benefiting and making money off of it. Meanwhile, actual black talent, actual black artists are just being pushed to the side. You know, like what is that? What is that? Like, like I need people to understand that nobody is saying that Cardi B shouldn't. I mean, I don't agree that Cardi B should not enjoy her Grammy win, and I appreciate it and be happy about it. Of course, if I was an artist and I won that Grammy, I would be excited and happy about it too. But the fact that she's admitted herself that she does not care about the culture and that she just in it for the money, she herself should, understand why people are upset that they would have the audacity to give her the Grammy for Rap Album of the Year. Like that, I feel like she should have had enough integrity to at least do or say that. And Jennifer Lopez should have had enough integrity to say, you know what, no, I'm not going to do the Motown tribute. Why don't we find, some, black great talent, to, showcase, like Motown was a setting stage for black music. Like it helped open up a lot of doors. Their artists pushed hard. They fought through, a lot of shit. just to be heard, just to play in certain clubs, and they did it gracefully. People like Diana Ross and, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles and, all of the great, artists that came from Motown, the Last Night and the Pips, all of these great people who came out of Motown. You know, why aren't or why is the younger black talent who, this music was made for, why is this not saying that everybody can't listen to, but who is the audience is targeted for? Why can't we pay tributes to our artists? Like I said, again, they would never hire, a rapper to do the country, a country tribute. They wouldn't hire a rapper to do, a tribute of one of their own. They would definitely make sure they get one of their own, and that whether that be Spanish, white, or whatever. And you can't tell me otherwise. It would not be appropriate for um one of our singers, like for example, what if they chose SZA to do a tribute to Selena? Not saying that we all enjoy Selena's music. I love Selena's music, sing along to it all the time. But it would not be appropriate if I saw, one of our artists up there doing a tribute to her when there are a lot of, Tejano artists, and Spanish artists who could do, Mexican artists who can do Selena's music. So why go there? And then especially in the middle of Black History Month, that's just a slap in the face. And then you have people who are getting upset that we are, saying stuff and having a problem about it. It seems as though, they don't want us to, complain and talk about it because they know that this shit is real. If it wasn't a problem, if it wasn't, black people weren't feeling the type of way, why would we be making noise about it? Why would people be online saying that, Cardi B winning rap album of the year was foul? It was foul. Um, I don't even know if it's related to clean house with hip hop. I mean, I honestly don't know. Like, should we start a new genre at this point? I mean, they can try as hard as they might, but you cannot erase the legends. They can keep, going after these people's legacies, whether it be Lauryn Hill, Tupac, Jay-Z, Nas, or, all of the legends. They can keep going after, their careers. But as long as we appreciate real hip hop, we'll still have our legends. But I don't know with this new generation. So we do have a few good artists, but that's far in between. But for the most part, what are we doing as a hip hop culture? That is what I end on. What I want to end on. What are we doing as a culture? Just think about it.